Wait. Before we start, I want to go ahead and say hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to leave a comment at the end of this podcast. I really appreciate all those who've been here on support lately. But be sure to share this with your friends, your family, anyone that might like this. Get the word around, please. We really could use your help and your support in this channel. Corvo is a great guy. Grumpy is kind of going through hard times right now, so be sure to give him some love and show your support in the channel. And as always, much love, y'all. Back to the show. Bye! Alrighty then. Hello, everybody. This is the BearThoughts podcast. We do this every Wednesday at 5 o'clock BST time. Be sure to leave a comment down below on your thoughts on today's topic, which today's topic will be our dream item or dream technology. I'm not entirely sure to close on the wording for this. Dream wish list.
Dream setup.
Yeah, dream setup. There you go. Probably better. A little dream setup. And this is a more of a thought process, more of a thinker than a really a topic. So this is what we would dream to have. Some of y'all may already know what my dream item is, because I talked about it in the past before, and it's something that I would very much like to do someday. If I have the means and the total confidence and repairing fully my my spool printer or my filament printer and getting that thing back going and trying it out myself. But we're talking about that a little later on. As always, we have Corvo. How you doing this evening?
Everybody.
And we will probably have a disembodied Selthie somewhere in the back. There she is. Arms in, that she knows she's a real human. And if anybody's wondering, I do have a video that just came out just today. It is my Smash or Pass video, so you have not seen that yet. Be sure to go check it out. And if anybody's here right now, don't go nowhere. Stick around. Give it a try today. Just give it a shot, okay? Just stick around and just see if you like this. If you like this, be sure to go check out last week's podcast where we talked about is video games being hard good, or are good video games hard? It's a thinker piece as well, but we're discussing I guess almost debate about whether or not video games have to be hard in order for them to be good. And nowadays it's becoming more of a trend. So try it out. And of course, that don't tickle your fancies. Always sexism in video games are top. What was it? Top worst weapons in video games. And what was it? One was
the favorite anime mech suit, cars, and all.
Yeah, there was one more. I think it was like our dream video game kind of situation where we're talking about like.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we tried that one.
What would your dream video game have to have in it?
Yeah, so if any of those topics tickle your fancy, be sure to stick around, and I'll put them somewhere here on the screen. If they're not here on the screen toward the end of the podcast, go to the channel and look around. I'm sure I have something for you. I hope I do, because I hope I get more subscribers. We're technically we're 85 now. We need what's math? 15 more.
Yeah.
Right. So let's try to get there. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, Corvo, you are a lot more engaged with your topic, so you have literally wrote down the assortments of your dream machine. Now, the rules...
My dream setup, yes.
Yeah, so the rules are, it has to be within current day technology, right? So it can't be anything like, oh, if this was a thing...
you can't be like, I want my desktop tower that hovers over the ground and shit. No.
Yeah, Transformer desk.
I tried to go, to be able to make it discussable, I went with current technology.
Mm-hmm.
Monetary cost was not a factor, because remember, this is your dream, guys. If you got $1 billion trillion sitting in the bank, what would you have for your setup?
Okay, and I said this beforehand. I don't really know if we're allowed to maybe fudge, because I'm not, but I'm just saying, if we're, let's just say Nintendo and PlayStation and all of them got along with each other and say, hey, make one ultimate console that has all 3 consoles in one machine, if they would possibly allow for that, that would be cool. But I don't know if we're allowing for that imagination to come about.
Yeah, well, see, that is where you go from being money is not an object and it's my dream machine is in dream, it's not real, between money is not object and this is what I can get currently.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we were going with money is not object when this is what currently I would buy.
yeah.
Um,
Currently able to get.
and I know some people are going to see my list and you're going to think, well, this man just said if you had $1 trillion, some of these items don't seem that great or that expensive or that high a priority. I get that, but remember, this is a personal preference thing, guys. You can have your opinions and stuff, but these are things that one, I have either had, previous versions of them and know their functionality and like the way they function regardless of cost,
Mhm.
whether it's cheaper or more expensive. This is what I personally would like to have.
Yeah, yeah, and you are definitely a fan of one brand because I looked over your thing
Yes,
before,
yes,
and the
yes, I
total
am.
amount of building this, if you had the money, which is like again, it's not very much, is $1,500, which is in the
No,
grand
no,
scheme of things, is not
my
very expensive.
total. No, no, the total was 11,000
11,000.
some odd dollars.
So what's with the $400 more?
What are you talking about?
Because it's saying 1,500.
It's 11,000 some odd dollars. You're talking about 1,500 on one of my items, right?
Oh, it's wait, the custom build by me
Yeah,
price.
yeah. I'm setting that limit for myself because I'll spend $1 trillion because
Oh
I'm a dumbass.
yeah.
Okay.
So you are mindful of even if you
Yes.
had a lot of
Just
money,
because
you
you're
still.
rich doesn't mean you have to spend it all. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
gotcha. Well, yeah. Um, I can see that, and mine is pretty much almost similar to that because the fact is, I would just use what I got on hand. It's not like I would go out there and go, you know what? I want someone else to do it for me. Forget that. If I can do it
Well,
myself, I'm gonna do it
that
myself.
that specific item, we hadn't gotten there yet, but that specific item that says custom build by me,
Hmm.
that's because I am a particular son of a bitch about that. And I really, really want something exactly the way I want it. I hate the fact that we are currently using pre-designed and built ones here.
Yeah, yeah.
It drives me absolutely nuts because
You didn't. You put the wrong price tag on that.
I know. Shut up.
They're supposed to be 3,000.
Okay, whatever.
Okay,
Anyway,
so let's start with let's go down your little list of thing, and this is all to make one ultimate, in your opinion, one ultimate PC build for you, right?
yes,
PC.
it's not just PC. It's this build has the ability to play all the PC games I want, to do the streaming that I want to do media generation, 3D modeling, all that. This
Hmm.
this this setup has
Yeah.
the ability to do all that. So we're gonna start at the top. Is my monitor.
Okay,
It is
so
a
go ahead.
go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
why you choose this monitor?
Um because I've seen one in action at work,
Oh, that's
and
why.
it is one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen in your life. Um, it is a Samsung 49-inch Odyssey G9. It is a 240 hertz monitor, and
Uh-huh.
it is a curved monitor.
Uh,
49 inches, that is bigger than most people's television.
yeah, 49 inches is ridiculous, and you might even turn your head a couple times to see what's going on to your left and right, which is
Yep,
some people, they don't want to do that, and I get it, right? They don't want to turn their head and look where they need to go to.
right.
And it costs 1,200,
1200
12, 8,
one
18, 12,
one
18.
thousand $1,218.70.
Okay, and you need a really powerful card to drive a 240 hertz monitor.
Yep,
It is okay.
yep.
So anybody out there doesn't understand, like, what's the difference between the TV and monitor? The hertz are what's different between the TV and monitor. Now, there's some TVs out there that are getting better with that. And of course, there's other technologies and monitors that's not a TV, like G-Sync and forget the other ones, Nvidia Sync or something like that, where they help synchronize the frames a little bit better as well. There's technologies in TV that you don't really need in or this the technology in a monitor that you don't really necessarily need in the TV, because it's there for to just look pretty, and you're not really trying to do 60 hertz. You're trying to do just over 60 hertz because you're trying to watch a movie or a show,
Right.
which mostly are not done over 60 hertz, which is frames per seconds.
Right.
So that's why this is really important. Now, what would you really use? Because I'm trying to think it back in my head. What would you use a 240 hertz monitor for? I know it's pretty, but
Genshin.
Hey,
I mean,
it doesn't need it, but why not?
If you think Genshin is beautiful now, imagine 240 hertz, 49 inches of, oh my God.
I don't know that Genshin Impact can even play at 4K.
Shh. They don't need to know what I'm going to do to make it happen.
Okay, so this right here will be, I'm gonna go down the line, because I think this should be noted how much of a fan you are.
Yeah.
Razer Naga Pro, $149.99.
That is the mouse. I have the previous version. I am currently using it now. I've used it for 10 plus years. It has never failed me.
Razer Hunterman's version 2, $249.99.
Keyboard. It's a mechanical keyboard that has great reaction time, and because I like music and media a lot, it has media controls on it as well.
Then the Razer IceCure?
Yeah, that's the chair. That's my Genshin Impact Razer inspired gaming chair.
And then the Razer Siren Elite. I actually know this one.
Yes.
That one, okay, the chair costs $399. This thing costs $339. What is the Siren Elite?
The Siren Elite is the upgraded version of the mic that I am currently using. That has some built-in features that has to do with noise cancellation outside of vocal range, and windage and omnidirectional and directional capabilities and stuff that might not be as great in this one. But again, I've seen it at work in a conference room that is probably as big as half of my house, and it worked fantastically.
It's so funny when you hear like gaming peripherals and like other things like that used at a office space.
Listen, man, listen, they have a gamer for their IT guy. I don't know who the hell he is, but he pulls in some really good shit and puts it in there for them. And all they can say is, damn, we didn't know you could use that for that, but thanks.
Okay, so I'm kind of like, don't correct me if I'm wrong, because you're more of a Razer nut than I am, because obviously you really like Razer. Isn't Razer making a camera? I know you have a Razer watch. Yeah.
Yes, they make a camera.
And you didn't want the camera?
No. I like my GoPro over it.
Okay, so the GoPro, after this one, you can go to the rest of it. The GoPro, you want the GoPro Hero Black 10 with zoom lens?
Yes.
$450. God dang.
Yeah.
That's more expensive than my camera.
That's the model up from the one I'm currently using. It also has a forward-facing display like mine.
Which helps a lot.
It has higher refresh, lower latency for all that good stuff, so there's almost no lag. And the zoom lens, when attached to it, has the ability to be controlled far more finite than what I have control of this one right now.
Okay. All right. Then go to the rest of it. You know the rest of it. You can start with the
desktop.
The desktop. Yes.
So this desktop is an Alienware Aurora R12. It has an 11th gen Intel i9.
Why do you want Intel?
Because I know things about Intel and their drivers. as opposed to AMD. Now, don't get me wrong, I had a tower that ran AMD. It ran fantastically for many, many years, ran everything I wanted on. I'm not against AMD at all. Okay.
Mhm.
But with this i9, it has the ability to be overclocked at like 5.4 gigahertz,
Yeah.
which, if you know anything about overclocking, you can imagine what that'll do for your processing time and the ability to run a game.
Oh, yeah. And then i9 is the newest gen that just
Yes,
like,
newest gen is the 11th generation of the i9.
which is
Um,
trying to compete with AMD's newest generation of thing. They're trying,
yeah,
I like the current day health between Intel and AMD. I think it's a very good you really can't go wrong going either way. I'm just curious, like, if you had a particular reason why you would go with i9.
I like Intel. I deal with them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's the devil I know, if you get
Oh,
what I mean.
yeah. I got you. I got you.
It's the devil I know. So then on top of that, it's running Windows 11 Pro. And yes, I know everybody's going, "Ooh, Windows 11," but hear me out, guys. I literally have a laptop sitting next to me that with Windows 10 on it, playing Genshin on it was like watching a very bad lag video. Okay. I took that same laptop, wiped it, loaded 10, loaded 11 on it because 11 eliminates a lot of the startup backup processes that aren't necessarily needed,
Mm-hmm.
and it runs damn near flawlessly now.
But I've seen
So
it. If he says damn near, it is damn near. It's practically flawless.
compared to when I spin my mouse, it's like
And
it's
eventually you'll get there. Um,
right. So there's that. So if it can do that for a laptop that's in that shape, and I kind of like the sleek design of it. I do like, because of what I do for a living. I think some of the things they did visually, moving some things around, makes sense, and when people get used to it,
uh-huh.
it'll be a lot faster to become second nature. So
Okay.
that's why that OS. Now next,
Is really a dream. This way you know it's a dream, because he's dreaming he had one of these. I'm just gonna do something here while you go
this
on.
is an Nvidia Geforce RTX 3080 Ti with a 12 gig GPU, GDDR6X.
Which
But
is
what?
a pipe dream to
Well,
get
wait,
right now.
there's more. There's something missing from this list that I wish it had put it in there. The
Uh-huh.
number 2 is not there.
The number two. Okay, what's the
Yes,
difference between
the
the one
number
and the
2
two?
means there are 2 in the machine that are bridged.
So you want SLI,
Yeah.
which is not
So,
really
and get this.
necessary, but it's nice to have.
Hey, we said dream. Damn
I
it.
know.
Okay. 128 gigs of DDR4 2933 megahertz dual channel memory.
Which is really necessary when you're doing a lot of processing.
And
Um, uh,
then you have the hard drive, the 2 terabyte M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD.
okay,
Wait, there's 2 of them.
yeah, two of them, which is equals to 4 terabytes, which I've seen some computers. You literally have like 10 terabytes of just like just regular storage on the computer, not like a server. This is a regular storage for a computer. 10 terabytes. Can you imagine that? It's like almost mind breaking. But the problem is, people are like wondering, like nowadays, the average consumer of computers don't understand why you really actually need that much terabytes nowadays. I'm gonna let you explain that one to them, because
Because files are massive now.
it's
We are
ridiculous.
writing things into the hundreds of gigabytes. For instance, Destiny 2 upgraded the other day. What? 80? 66 gigs on an update.
Ugh.
An update, okay? That's not even your game, guys. That's your update for your new package. So
That was for the new Witch Queen.
right. So I want some hard drive space. Granted, I probably won't even use that for storage because there's something later down on the list we'll see. Um, but yeah, I want it. And color, I want lunar light. Why? It's a white case because I'm trying to bring the white case back, guys. I feel bad, okay? They everybody got to a certain point in their computer builds and they're like, "Oh, well, we're just going to swap to silver or black cases. Screw the white." And now white cases have this stigma about them that, "Oh my god, it's got to be old. Look, it's white." No, I want a white case, damn you.
I can see that. I like white cases. Of course, I like this color, you know.
And the
It's-
price for this magnificent build, $4,554.99.
Okay, so what is this next thing? I don't really
It's called a NAS, Network
Okay.
Area Storage.
Okay, so it's a server.
No,
No?
no. It
Uh,
can be, but it is not.
Okay,
Okay.
so
It
explain the
is
difference cuz
literally just a storage unit attached to your network to store shit. Now, can you make it a server? Can you make it a Plex server or something like this? Of course you can. It will run certain applications for you directly on it
yeah.
like a server would, but that is not what I want it for.
Okay. So this is just
Okay, I
this is more than
I am a full believer in if you have a NAS, have a separate unit for your processing and anything else because I don't want to overtax my drives. That's the way you blow drives out, end up having to do hot swaps and all that stupid shit. Okay. But that being said, this NAS also is kind of rare because it comes out of the gate with an Intel Atom 2.1 gigahertz processor, which is pretty good for a NAS because it's a storage unit.
is it swappable?
And it has 16 gigs of memory. And yes, if set up properly, it can be hot swapped. So you have multiple drives in multiple bays. One of your drives fails. You have a backup drive sitting over there. Pull it out, put it in, and rewrite your data.
I'll talk about the CPU. Is it a swappable CPU?
Most of them are, yes.
Okay, so like it's to say for any reason it maybe die or you want just a little bit faster
Yes, most of them are.
pulling.
Most of them are. The main trick with that is making sure you get a CPU that has the right socket configuration, so all your pins line up, and that the board is rated for the new CPU.
Gotcha. And I doubt it'll be like is it a because I know they're making nowadays some mobile versions of CPUs, which
Yes.
are a little different, but I don't know if those are swappable or not, or they're soldered onto the board.
So and the cost for that beautiful dream of let's see, I think that thing goes up to 32 terabytes of storage.
God dang.
The cost for that beauty is $2,649.
Which
Oh,
is one of the
by
most
the
expensive
way,
things on your list.
I should point this out. I have a NAS that I'm trying to get drives for now. Hey, look at here. Hey, mom, what's up? I see you there.
She says looking good and sounding good.
Okay.
It's working.
All right. So, Grumpy, in case you're wondering, the Brenda Allen in chat, that's Mama Corvo.
Okay. Hello, Mama.
She got a new laptop via her son today at lunch.
Noisetta. All right. So, and then that is $2,649 just
Yep.
for that alone.
Yeah, but now it should be noted that the drives are included in that price tag.
Okay. So, and then lastly, this is the part where I was kind of confused. It is the very bottom of the list. I thought this was the total, but then I realized that when I realized the PC and the NAS by itself was way more than just the very bottom price. What is a custom desk?
All right, so yeah, we already did the camera, we did the mic, we did the chair. So the custom desk is me going to Lowe's and buying the materials to build a desk the way I want it to be.
Kind of like mine if it wasn't so like it is. I love the way it is. Just I didn't do a very good job on the construction.
I have tools now that I didn't have previously. When I say that, I have a different type of sander. I have a router now that I could do some nice stuff with. I would like to build a desk the way I want it to be. I would like the desk to be built with the equipment that's going on it in mind
Yeah.
specifically.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what that's all about. And then of course we move on down here. PC sound system is the Razer Leviathan. Okay, this thing is amazing.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
It has its own subwoofer, and then it has a bar, not one, not two, but a bar of high and low and mid speakers for you. It can make a room sound like you have IMAX sound in it.
Okay. I don't very
So,
much use a lot of speakers in my computer room for because
well,
I'm normally by
I
myself.
I do because when I'm in here, sometimes maybe I'm setting up a model or I'm working on something with the 3D printers or something along those lines. I like to listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm just playing a game, I'm not streaming it, not playing it for nobody. Like when I'm playing Genshin, sometimes I would like to have that sound.
Oh, speaking of 3D printers, I might be getting me another one. Wife is looking at one for me that is really cheap, but if I were to buy it brand new, it's like around $200. We'll talk about that later on, so I might
Yep.
get a second one because
So the price on that one is $229.99.
yes, and then the last
And
one,
now the next one, I have to admit, this one may become a reality like tomorrow if the package gets here. It's called Razer Hammerhead True Wireless Earbuds. I like them because I like earbuds.
yeah,
Nice thing about these things is they have noise cancellation.
mm-hmm.
So when they're in, man, no hear, no nothing, but the sound coming through. Both earbuds have a mic,
Yeah,
okay, and they are Bluetoothable to both PC and phone.
okay,
And if you can find the right Bluetooth receiver, it will plug into your PlayStation 4 remote and allow it to become your headset for your PlayStation when you're playing with your friends on Destiny or anything else that has group voice chat.
nice. Okay, so
Add in the siren mic. That's
I forgot about that. There is an honorable mention. There is a new mic by Razer
yeah,
that is completely wireless, weighs less than a pound, will clip on you, has the ability to do noise cancellation so only your voice comes through,
mm-hmm.
can be run through your phone for those people that happen to be at a theme park doing a stream, or sitting at your desk streaming a stream without a mic hanging in front of your face.
How much does that cost?
I don't know.
like about a.
It's like 120, 130 bucks.
Does it have its own? Does it have its own receiver?
Tell him to give me one moment.
Give Stealthy a moment,
Okay.
and she'll shoot you a link for you to check that out later.
Because I am interested. The only
It
problem,
has a windsock, a
Yeah.
furry windsock for outside. It has a foam windsock for inside. It's a small little thing. I mean, it's about, I would say, about as big around as that pin light right here.
if it's about
About that big.
if it's about this big, then
It's about as big around as this pin light, and it may be about that long.
okay,
And
so
it will clip right here.
it's a little big, but I think it'd be manageable. The only
But,
problems I've ever had with Razer, it's not really
She's
like.
sending it in chat, guys, and in Discord.
I appreciate it. Only problem I ever had with Razer is not really their build quality. 'Cause I know their build quality. They're known for high quality items and not just for the gamer out there. Like you did good
Right.
mechanical keyboard, solid stuff. The only problem I've ever had with Razer is the aesthetics because I don't like green. I know that's
I
a
love
simple
green.
thing. I don't like green.
I love green.
I love blue. Blue is my color. I am all about the blue.
Right?
You realize that everything, if you get it chroma, can be changed to blue.
Well, yeah, color wise, but most of a lot of their things, their products are like usually colored in black and green, and then if you get it one with LED RGB on it, then you can change color on it.
Hold on. I got to prove a point here. Come here, mouse. Come closer. Damn it.
Raise it higher. So I see the.
You see this?
Yeah, that's an RGB in it.
I have it rotating. I can set it to any color I want. Okay, and there's even the logo on this is just black. It's not green, so it's not going to bother you.
Yeah, but like some of their
same thing with the keyboard that Stealthy has, or this watch that I have. I can change the color to any color I want. I can even change this band.
You probably can change the band. Honestly, I would have to change the band because like I just don't like green.
I love it.
I don't like green at all. Black is fine. I like green. I mean, I don't like green. My wife likes green, so she's all about that. Of course, the snake is a very adorable icon. So like the snake, I can see past.
Faces, they've made static watch faces for it in red and blue and stuff.
Gotcha.
They're not just green. That's just what their original base color was. So they're not going to move away from putting it on things. You just have to change it yourself.
Yeah, when I first saw Razer products, like all of it, even the keyboards, like you couldn't change the colors other than green. And then after a while, they started adding the RGBs. Oh, there's a fluffer. That's the cloud.
I got hit with a cloud.
Upload to the cloud. That's their new dog. Unfortunately, for those who did see the other dog, she had to go. There were some complications. That's all we're gonna say. Complications with the dog. So hopefully she finds a good home. I'm sure she would. She was sweet, and maybe help her whatever her problem may be. So mine is gonna be relatively easy, but change here and things here. So my dream, because let's be honest here, most of us that are within my community are PC gamers. We like our computers. We hold them to high esteem. And of course, most people use computers nowadays. So who wouldn't want a computer that is, to their imagination, the perfect ideal computer for them? See, but here's my dream might be a reality someday as well, but might be a reality someday because I would actually need help with it. I want a computer case that is large enough to fit all my components, of course, because I don't want a microcomputer because I want a full motherboard in it and so on, and I have a lot of parts that I am completely fine, but then again, I wouldn't mind a 3080, because let's just be real here. Who would want a 3080 in the computer if you can afford one? Price is not a problem. But I want a completely water-cooled, fully customized PC case of one of my all-time favorite Pokemon of all time. Blastoise from Generation 1. I want it.
It's because he's blue, isn't it?
Yes. But and also the tank on okay, so I want the shell as if Blastoise is pulled inside of it, but the cannons are poking out of it. So follow my imagination here if you can. I want the front of the case where you can see where his head is, the eyes aglow when the computer is turned on. So as if Blastoise is inside of it. Maybe have a little bit of a outline of him inside of his shell. I want the cannons to be where the water tanks are. So I want this thing fully watered. I want it watered down to the ground. It'll be my first computer I ever do with water, with 2 water tanks, dual, of course, because they aligned to each other. So they will be like a dual tank, you might say. And then, of course, my computer would have my AMD processor in it, which I'm trying to get the information up here because I don't remember everything I have in my computer because it's been a while since I put it together. Oh, goodness gracious, where is the processor? Hello, sensors, avatar. What the heck? I know shouldn't the processor be on this thing? Oh my goodness gracious, where's the processor at? Didn't show my processor. how do I know there's a way to find out on taskbar, isn't there, or something? Not taskbar.
Right click. No, go down to this. Go down to your search hourglass beside your start button. Type system information. Hit enter.
There you go. That works. Okay, so this is a list. This is a list of parts I have in my computer, so it just makes it easier for me to just go off. Because again, I don't really. I already have a pretty good part, and I want to use what I have on me. I'm not going to try to buy something that I already have that's already good. Now, I have the AMD Ryzen 7 5800X 8 core, which I could get the Ryzen 9, but the price performance isn't that big of a difference. Though I would like a 9. Let's just be honest here. A 9 would be nice, just at the top of the thing, so future proofing. But I like that it has 16 or is it 8 cores, but like 16 CUDA cores, something like that, or plus 16 cores, which is really nice for me. I have currently right now I have over 32 gigabytes of RAM, and thanks to Corvo, I have I have a lot of memory storage on my computer. Let me see. I have 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 3 terabytes, and 8 terabytes. 12. I have over close to almost 13 terabytes in my computer. Okay, why is your side frozen, but mine's not? That's weird. You're like, but on my camera. It must be my Discord. Because it's not, it can't be me. Can we just turn it off and maybe turn it back on? There we go. But I want a custom computer case. You know, arms sucked in. I want the tail where the tail is, to where the cords come out. And I promise, like, I love AMD. AMD is my top choices on a lot of things, but I don't really trust AMD enough to go and buy their keyboards and buy their mouse and buy their headset and buy if they had a mic. I just don't really know their products, and I have that much of confidence. Like, I know they make good PC parts. I just don't always trust things. Now, I'd also want a capture card from Elgato from inside of it, so they capture the stream instead of having to use a external capture card. I'd like to have a capture card for my camera from Elgato, because I know they make good. Like, I would, if the company makes good products for the line that they're targeting, I will trust them. But I don't really know if Razer AMD Asus makes good keyboards out there. But I know Logitech makes good keyboard, because I used to have one. Maybe someday I'll get it back. Wink, wink. And I like my Logitech mouse, but I also like my Corsair mouse that I fixed with all the buttons on the side of it. It's great. I don't really have, that's what thing. Like, my dreams are something I feel like if I can achieve it, it's a dream of mine. Like, it's one of the things where if I know it's within my reach, I will dream it. If it's not within my reach, I don't very much dream it. I don't have that in me to dream for something that I know I will never achieve. Of course, never say never.
That's just it. How are you gonna say that you'll never achieve it? You're not dead yet.
True. I'm not dead yet, but I'm the kind of person that like with the 3D printer, right? And since I got that, I was like, ooh, I can make a PC case. What would I make? Blastoid shell. And that was my first thought. Like, I even tried, like, back in the day, like, honestly, before I even got the PC, the 3D printer, I tried to make the case out of fiberglass putty and chicken wire, which did not work. I threw that away because apparently I'm not very good with my hands. And I'm like, but I got the 3D thing. I'm like, well, I know I really can make it now, but I need someone to custom make the 3D model, the 3D CAD, to hold motherboards, full-size motherboards, and hold a full-size graphics card and a radiators and then water pumps, and like getting that really made is something that is not just something I can just sit down and start designing myself. But I know I can pay someone to do it. you know, but it's then I have the technology to make it. That's my dream is just getting someone to
Right.
make the model and then me
Right.
putting together.
Right.
And of course, then I have to learn how to measure my parts, measure where the screw holes are at, measure the pumps that I gotta have with it because I gotta have the pumps and then the power supply and then the tanks. Um, I would probably go lazy and I'll probably buy the Corsair watering kit. Only difference is I'll probably have to buy separate water tanks with it that has on the bottom and maybe one with the plexiglass topping so I can see the water bubbling inside of it. Have you ever done a water PC before?
That
How hard are they to maintain?
matter of fact, that Aurora that is on my list is water cooled. It's just I didn't put everything in it on the list, or else we'd have been here all day just going through it. But they're not that bad. The trick to a water cooled unit is to flush the system every so often,
Hmm.
and add new coolant. Because if you don't flush it too often enough, it will stagnate just like water in a car, and then it'll start damaging your cooling system.
Yeah.
Um, so that is the biggest headache, and making damn sure that when you put it together, if you're doing it yourself, that you don't poke no holes anywhere that ain't supposed to be a hole.
I saw this one. I don't know if it was a tubing or if it was a pump. It might be a pump. It was so cool. It was like it was able to detect leaking or leaks in your system. Where if it linked, it would either increase or decrease the pressure to it. Where it would like or it would not almost. It would either stop the system completely the moment it recognized a leak, but if it was not that bad, it would almost be able to push the water so fast and so rapidly, it wouldn't allow the tube or whatever to leak. So it gave you time to go back and repair it, and it would give you like a notice
Right.
on your computer, like, "Hey, you have a leak and it's tube," and you go find it, which I think is pretty cool. Now,
Yep.
hardline, because if anybody's ever done before, there's hardline tubing and there's flexi tubing. There's no way I'll be able to do hardline in this computer case because I want to be able to open it up and service it. And I don't think you'd be able to open up a hardline service between the motherboard and the water tank on top and just be able to
Right.
open the thing up like, say, and it not break.
Right.
I pretty much want to look like guts inside. Like you open it up and all you see is like blood and red and a bunch of stuff. But when you shut it, you always see is blue. So like have a bit of a theme. And I want the Pokeball be beside it that would be what powers it on. So you hit the button. I want to hear like a pop, like a Pokeball opening up, and then hear Blastoise say its name as if it came out of the ball and now it's alive. Like full side effects with this thing. It's like I want to experience. Everybody's wondering, my motherboard is a ROG Strix X570 E-gaming Asus motherboard because like I said, I trust Asus hardware because I've been using them for years. I just don't trust them in anything. Of course, my monitors, I would use my monitor that I have because I have 3 monitors. Well, technically right now 2 because one of my monitors is for the other system. But 2 monitors, both Asus. One of them is color calibrated, and one is just for gaming. It's 144 hertz. But I can't remember which model it is because
Right.
it's been a long time since I bought some of these pieces. And again, but if I had the best of the best, I'm sure I could come about it. I don't. I'm a kind of person that I am just like my wife in some ways. When I have something, I'm gonna drag it down to the ground until I go and eventually go, hey, I want something better. Like I'm waiting for this thing to break, and then I'll go and find something that I really truly would love to have. I know there is a TV monitor out there that's built by Asus that was I want to say around the 240 area as well. That was around like a 50-inch monitor, maybe a little bit, or TV, maybe a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller that had on I saw on Linus Tech Tips. Um,
Lambino says he's down with your tower choice.
yeah,
I like my tower because it reminds me of and it's gonna probably sound a little weird, but it reminds me of like a artillery shell or artillery bucket from for military where they put bullets inside of, which I could totally do like a Halo thing with this thing because it has the same color as Master Chief in a lot of regards. And I know some people put like a monitor beside their case and you can see the monitor and see the schematics. I just want the experience. I want to feel like you when you come into a room, you don't see a computer case. You see a big fucking Blastoise shell and go, "What's that?"
Yep. I get you. Dude, there's nothing wrong with that. Hell, I think it would be cool as hell too. This build that I sent you is the build that I've been thinking about for years.
Mm-hmm.
I have not had, never had it. If I ever did, I would probably wear my chair out. But you know,
So what? Okay, let's just say for this is the dream thing, and you had your dream case because I went there. What would your dream case comprise of? Like what's a theme? And then what would you put inside? Because I've seen people put like computer cases inside of B8 from Star Wars.
that's easy. That's easy. I want Dracula's castle from Castlevania.
Oh, okay. Tall. Okay, like up on a
It's
little, like a little bit
all
of cliff.
plenty of opportunities for lights and effects and
Mm-hmm.
all that good stuff. Yes.
Okay, so it would be it would be probably a little bit sizable, because I don't think the
Oh yeah.
motherboard would be an RTX or not RTX, what's the small motherboards called?
RTX Mini.
Yeah, RTX mini motherboard. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to do that because, well, you're
No,
dueling, two 3080s in your computer
no.
case.
I'd have a master RTX board.
Yeah, it's a full size. I would imagine because okay, I know there's some people out there that are diehard fans when it comes to air cooling, and I get it, and it's also easy to service. But sound, would you worry about the sound and do like a bunch of fans inside that thing? Because me, I just like,
That depends because there are quiet fans if you're going to spend the money. If we're
mm-hmm.
talking about a dream, spend the money on the fans that don't make the sound. However, that being said, if I was building it myself, or like this one that I could go if I had the money laying around to buy, um, it would be water cooled. It would
Now
be liquid cooled.
my brain is going somewhere. Custom tank right in front of it, and have the liquid that's inside of it be red. So all you
Yep.
saw was like red blood going through the castle,
There
through the
you go.
windows.
Now you're getting there.
Like this.
Or the original Castlevania castle sat
Yeah.
up on the top of a plateau
Mhm.
with a narrow set of steps that went up, and then below those steps there was pretty much an opening all the way up to the plateau. And on each side it was lit with torches.
Mhm.
Why not run your tubing up each side of the staircase red and into it, and then up inside through the windows so everything had the red?
Yeah, like just give it like a real like vampire gore
There we go.
feeling to it. Like this is Count Dracula you're with, and he wants your blood. So it's just, to me, I love the idea of custom cases. Oh, come on,
Like, I
honey.
mean, a lot of people don't know it, but I have the case model somewhere for the Death Star.
I seen a
I
Death
could
Star. I think I seen a Death Star, and then the what is Han Solo's?
the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, I think I seen Millennium Falcon case.
Yeah.
Falcon, sorry, whatever. I'm not a I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. Of course, me and my wife, we had a conversation. What dream universe that'd be a good comic. Next week, let's try
Yep.
this one. Dream
Yep.
universe you wish to be in.
There you go. I'm down with that. Dream
Dream-
universe that you would like to be in.
I think that'd be
I
probably a good
think I
one.
know where Stealthy would be. but I'm not sure.
And we
so
have
I'm
to
gonna
list.
ask her if she will join in this discussion next week.
And you have to list the
If you have
pros
to
and the
pick a
cons.
universe, whether it be game, movie, whatever, like
Just cons?
Marvel, DC, Zelda, Mario.
and
If you had to
cons.
pick a universe to live in, what would it be?
And then list the pros and cons. I think that'd be a good one. So we don't go and fantasize about it.
The ones I like.
Oh, so you're gonna live in a multiverse.
Only
Damn.
one. You're trapped there. Can't come back.
If there was only one and you were trapped there, you had to pick one to be trapped in. What would it be? There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So now I wouldn't mind okay, so I'm gonna go side a little bit here because I know we can do multiple things. I want to do a dream 3D printer because
Oh yes,
that is something
God,
I
yes.
would love to have. Okay, my dream PC printer would have to be something at the same scale size to our CR10s or
Yep.
CR bigger. So what is it? 16 by 12?
Actually, it's 11 point something by 11. Oh, okay. Here you go. I got it. 300 millimeters by 300 millimeters by 400 millimeters. That's what they are.
Yeah, if you know the millimeters to inches size, go for that.
11. It's like 11 and a half inches by 11 and a half inches by 14 and a half or 15, something like that.
Yeah, okay. So I want a 3D printer about that size because then I could print all the figurines and all I want to be able to because I'm not even some full body parts if you want to do like swords or armor, you can print those in that kind of scale. You don't really need something bigger than that because why if you could get it, why not? But this is my dream. I want a hot swappable resin switch. So if I, let's say resin's going and I want to switch mid prints, I want to be able to hop swap it. Just put in, put out. I want to have its own drain port, so it drains out the resin that's in it. So if I want to swap out the resin, and it pushes it back up into the resin tank or reservoir, whatever I'm putting inside of it. I'd rather be like just take the already preset ones and like have a screw on and you push it in there.
There's one out there now that has that. You screw it in and it meters. It adds as it goes.
Yeah, but I would let's say it's outside the case and I screw it on there and I put it in the machine so it's swappable. And then I have another one already lined up. I can just boop, boop. You know what I'm saying? Like just swap it out if I want to 4 or 5 times. And then when it's done with the resin, it pushes the resin back in it. So it kind of self-cleans a little bit because cleaning a resin tank kind of sucks. Not a lot, but it does suck. And then, okay, so 4K. Let's make an 8K monitor down below because there's 8Ks out there now. So let's go for that. I want a bed that it doesn't have to be. I want it to be able to self-level.
Self-level.
Yeah, without having to screw on or screw or turn or swivel. I want the bed to be just stable. And when it comes down, it just either bed below levels itself for you. So it just boop every time. Perfect. None of this I had to take it and screw it and then have it go down and I had to level it or when it at any time. I don't want to have to manually level this bed. I want a 3D resin printer that doesn't require a manual thing, just like the spool printers. They do it manually now. You don't remember need a paper to slide it back and forward to get what you want. And of course, I want it enclosed without the little pull up lid. I like the idea of just the old one you got, right? It was just
the old one.
It was just literally just a door that you open up and then you close back. I want to be self-filtering so I can really run the most highly chemical, highly toxic resin inside of it and never smell it. Ever. And never have to breathe it. I want to be indoors with a light inside so I can see all the pretty because I want to see what it looks like inside.
I want it configured to where you can put a camera in this bad boy to be able to stream the print.
Yes. The front display I would like to have the front display instead of a regular touchscreen. I want to be able to, like, if I want to, let's just say for all things say purposes, because this is a dream here, put the 3D model into it and be able to do the 3D model CAD work like on Chupbox, whatever, on the printer, and then say straight from there start printing. Like not have to do it on a computer.
Okay, if you're gonna go that far, let's make it network attachable so that if you do it on your computer, when you're done with your computer, you hit enter and it sends it to the machine to
Yeah,
start.
and then if it feed, and then also with the camera side, feeds it to your computer so you can see it from your computer.
Right, right.
So just like, hey, I send it to it, but I also want to see the feed from it, pull it to my computer. If I want to stream it from that way, I can stream it, but also I can also just
Exactly.
watch it.
Agreed.
If I, let's say I'm in another room or another place, I can go pull it out without needing a Raspberry Pi to do that. I just want to be able to, at any time, connect it that way.
Right.
And of course, doesn't need a USB port. Doesn't need it. You can have one, but you don't need it. Doesn't need a SD card reader. You can have it, but you don't need it. And beads, I like 3D printer resin printers. I just wish the bottom of it wasn't so big. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that it just takes up so much resources. I know why, because the having to shoot the UV lights up into it would have to be a bit of a hassle. But I get that. And lastly, I don't think this is even possible, but maybe someday. Also, self cleaning to the resin prints when it's done. Like, it pulls up, and then all you gotta do is like maybe take the bed out after it does empties the bed, and you put something else in it. And then and then when you close it back, it will start cleaning the print for you while inside the same machine. So it's a 3D printer and a cleaner at the same time. Just lifts up the print, take the bed, put the device and maybe the chemical, whatever inside of it, and it lowers it back into it, and it starts cleaning the print right there, all in one. Is there anything you would add to that?
You might as well add a curing strip in there and make the inside refractable so that when it's done cleaning, you just pull your tank out, click a button, and it starts curing while sitting there so that when you actually take it off, you're ready to start processing the print.
Oh yeah, like okay, so maybe have like a either above or in the back UV lights, right?
Well, it could be like that, like my curing box. You could have a strip right up the middle in the back
Mm-hmm.
of ultraviolet lights that kick on once the cleaning process is done and you have cleared the chamber of the bucket of chemicals.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Um, See, I'm thinking about this when I was thinking about that. If they had, I don't know how strong the magnet would have to be. Are you seen those chemical baths where they put this like little tiny bead down in it? It has a little bit of magnet or metal inside of it, and they
Yep.
put it on top of a platform, and then the bead spins around so fast that the water starts turning.
Yeah, because that's common. That is a shit. I'm trying to remember what the actual name of it is, but they use it in a lot of labs for for chemical processing and blood work and a bunch of different other things. Dentistry offices now, when they print resin dental um fixtures so that you could check, they
Yeah,
now, when they pull it off of their 3D printer, can walk over with the bed, sit it directly down on top of one of those buckets, sitting on one of these things, and it'll
yeah.
spin like that. I'm trying to remember what the hell the actual name of it is, but yes, I've seen it.
Okay, so I would imagine maybe like underneath the glass, a little arm was pivot out underneath the glass with the magnet and the motorized, or even could do like like a manual little lever that you push over. So if it, because motorized eventually will fail, but if it's a manual, you just do it yourself and put a position, put the bath above it, let the resin bed come back down into the bath, and then have with the bead inside of it, with the other chemical or water, whatever you're using, and let it just spin. So the magnet underneath the glass is spinning, the bead spinning, and that's cleaning the print above it. So you don't really have to have like 4 or 5 different machines to get the process of cleaning a 3D print. I can probably, it's probably very expensive because it'd be very large. and have like 3-in-1, a printing, cleaning, and a curing all in one. With the timer for the curing, a timer for the spinning, and a timer for the print. And a 8K monitor with the emptying tank of resin. Of course, I don't know how you would do that. Like I'm trying to think of maybe ahead, like maybe where the tank is, where the resin is, you can they have a tube that sucks it out also, but pushes it in as well.
You have to oversize your print well compared to your bed, so you have space for a tube to lay over in it to be able to draw it out.
Yeah, and of course with a tank that's able to fill itself, you don't need a huge tank to fill it because it's gonna fill itself while it's printing. It's gonna sensor like, hey, you need more fluid, push it in there. And when you're done with it, you pull it out. You don't need a freaking bath of resin like some printers out there. And of course I want to have the bed where it is has a flexi bed on it because I want to flex a curved top so the resin comes out the top really easily without having to. Of course, I would personally like if resin printers, this one, not to like it, like what's the word for it? I'm trying to think of it. Like dive into the resin. What's the word for it? When you go like below surface.
Oh, submerge?
Yeah, submerge. Just go down where just enough resin to get what you print, slightly submerge, but not the whole dang thing. Because cleaning the top of those seeds can be really annoying when you're trying to swap out and try to get the mess up. Just like go submerge just enough to get the print, and then come back up, and not without ever having to fully submerge and have that mess and dealing with that. I don't like that. Um, and I can't think of any way to actually submerge or lower a bed without being on a rod. Can you think of any better way than a rod? I don't think a belt could do better than that.
No, because a belt is eventually going to stretch.
Hmm. Maybe like 2 rods to make it a little bit more stable, a little bit more reliable. Because ours was on a single rod. I don't know if that would make any difference. I'm trying to think of like how will you actually improve on what's already done with the resin printer as is. Maybe make the bed maybe just magnetic instead of having to be a screw on. But the problem is I don't know if magnets would be strong enough to keep it if the just so happen the pulling of the print doesn't fully
The suction drag.
pull off. I don't know if magnets be strong enough for that, but I kind of want a bed that doesn't require a screw to unlatch it because that's just time to me, and I just want to be able to pull it off and get it and maybe swap out the tank if I'm really in a hurry for whatever reason. All right, what do you think? Anything else you got? Cause
No, that's good. You went over pretty much everything I would have done if I was going to improve one like that.
now, how much money do you think that would cost? 3 printers on one with
$5,000.
5 grand. So I think there's a printer right now that's like almost 5 grand, and it doesn't have like any of like, well, it has like the self filling the thing functionality, and it's pretty big, but not as big as we're dreaming. Uh, man, I would love that. Of course, they would need to make resin eventually. Hope they make resin over time cheaper. Hope resin, UV curing resin gets cheaper over the years. I would like that. But anyways, next week, hope you're gonna be here. Hope you had a good time. I'm gonna be going live myself within the hour. I am playing a game that one of my viewers gave to me that is very thirsty. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll be trying that out, and you come and check it out. My struggles and hardship to the game. Well, the game is very thirsty. Whoever made the game is and of course that would be within the hour. I'm gonna give me something to eat, and then we'll go live. Corvo, you streaming this week?
I'm planning as of right now to try to pick that back up tomorrow evening. That being said, I don't know because it's a day-to-day thing. It depends on how I feel after having to sit on top of stitches pretty much most of the day.
Popping earlier today.
So it's a work in progress. If I don't, I will for sure be streaming as soon as these stitches are gone.
Mhm.
Because that's the biggest issue. Even sitting now, after sitting at work, it's starting to get a little uncomfortable.
I can get that. I get that. And Southie, are you streaming this week?
Maybe. It's gonna be a big old maybe.
It's a big maybe because we have a lot of things going on this week. So I'm hoping she will. I'm hoping she's gonna stream because I would like to have that for
I'm
entertainment.
saying maybe because at this point there's a lot of stuff that keeps interfering every time I go stream.
Ah, okay. I can see that. I can see that. And
So
of
I don't wanna
course,
go like, yeah, I'm gonna stream because I have every intention to, and then something come up like the kids need this or the puppies need that or whatever it may be. I don't want to go and then just get fucked.
gotcha. So if you want to catch any of our streams, Southie, Southie Elf Jade on twitch.tv/Southie Jade. Corvo as on his is twitch.tv/Corvo Ninja, and me as Grumpy Bear, of course. And of course, anybody's interested, I do have a TikTok now at the Grumpy Bear. I have a TikTok, so go check that out if you're interested. You like TikTok? I got them. I got the funnies. I got the ha-has. I think you'll find something there that make you laugh if you like TikTok. And of course, we'll be live next week at 5 o'clock Central PST time. Be sure to not forget to leave a comment down below of your dream item or let's say for this case setup. And of course, be sure to subscribe, share it around. Please share it. Let people know about this channel. Help us grow to 100 and hopefully further beyond that. And as always, you have a good day, have a good night, and have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye.